For this lesson, go ahead and open up Adobe Illustrator and just create yourself a blank document. Choose your own size. Have some fun with it. What I want to show you is a feature in Adobe Illustrator that on its own, on its face value, if you will, doesn't seem like it's all that earth-shattering, but it proves a point to me. It proves a point that we as designers, when we talk on the forums, Adobe listens. And even though it might be something small, if it can help us and they can do it, they're going to put it in. What I'm talking about is a different way to resize your artboards. So I am in a blank document. I am in the Essentials workspace right up here. If you're not, go ahead and go there. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go into my artboards. And before we get into that, I'm going to go up to Symbols up here. Now you should see the same thing that I see. These are the defaults. Pick one. I don't care. Just pick one. I'm going to pick up the shopping cart and drag it right out there. So I have a shopping cart. It is a vector. I can resize it. I can do just about anything I want to it, I guess. Now what I want is I want the artboard to fit the object itself, which is relatively easy. If we come down here and click this button right here, it gives us our artboard options. Besides naming and other things, there's the width and the height. But you do have an option right here to show center mark. I'm going to turn that on. And then under Custom, right up here, I'm going to say Fit Artwork to the bounds, and to the bounds of the objects that are there. Click OK. And so I guess you could say, voila, I did it. Now we can do this manually. Let me go ahead and do an undo, favorite key in the whole world, and take it back. So I can come over here and pick up my artboard tool, and then come over here and go to a corner, I suppose. But you'll notice it's taking it from the corner and it's pushing it up. Let me go ahead and press undo. The new feature that we've never had before is the ability, just like resizing artwork, to resize the artboard from the center. Now, why would I do it this way manually as opposed to what I just did with a click of a button? Well, think of it this way. Maybe I don't want it stuck all the way to the edges of the exact shape. I want to give it some leeway. I want to control the process, but I would like to do it at once and not a couple of times by going to the corners and making all those changes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select our object again. Let's go ahead and go back to our selection tool. And up here, you should see the word Align. Now, if I click Align, and I come down to Align to Artboard right here, and click Center, and Center, it'll put it right in the center. Now, if we come down here and we pick up our Artboard tool, and we go to a corner, we can resize, but we're locking in the opposite corner. That's not resizing from center. So let me press undo. Love that key. We know, for example, if I pick up my selection tool, we know how to resize an object from center. We hold down the Alt key, and that's the Alt key in Windows, Option key on a Mac, and we can drag, and we resize in and out from center. The same is now true of your artboard. So if we come over here again and select and come over here, hold down the Alt key or the Option, depending on your operating system, and we come over here, and now we're actually drawing in and out from center. Now, if you add the Shift key, it maintains the proportions of the original as you grow it or shrink it. If you let go, you can decide exactly what you want. Now, I began this lesson by saying that resizing an artboard from center is not like earth-shattering, but it's just one more thing that helps our lives as designers just that much easier.